31, meeting for the County Sewer Subcommittee session. I have a meeting poll room. Attendance.
Jamie LeBlanc's not able to be here today. Tony?
Yeah.
Lisa?
Yeah.
Council member Lima's on the way. Mike's kosher.
Here.
Kevin?
Here.
And Mike Beard not able to be here today. So you do have a quorum.
Have the pledge of allegiance. Mike, you want to start us off? Republic stands one nation under God, indivisible. Just review of the emergency evacuation plan. Doors to the rear, lead out. Doors to my right, your left, exit out as well. Can I get approval of May 16th minutes?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second the motion.
Second.
Aye.
I'll abstain. I was not here the last meeting.
On that. Okay.
Table of honor.
Table that. Your site, sewer tie-in application. Baja Fresh Grill. Says spot 29, lot 207. Yeah.
So I'll just give a brief overview of the project. It's a single sewer connection for an existing building, which was previously a gas station, and it's proposed to be used as a restaurant. Currently, the building is serviced by an OWTS, and the applicant would like to tie into sewer. Pat Walker is online. If she can talk, she'll present the project, and we'll open it up for questions.
Pat, you there?
I'm trying. Do you hear me?
We
hear
hear
ya.
you.
Okay, sorry.
Can't
I'm
see you,
in
but we
Chicago.
can hear you.
I'm in Chicago at a conference, so I apologize that I'm not there. So the issue with this is when the Hopkins Hill sewer line was put in, no lateral was provided to the property. And when the Tioga Avenue sewer got put in, again, they thought the lateral had been put in from the Hopkins Hill side. So we're proposing to provide a lateral from the Hopkins Hill to the property line to the manhole that you see on the plan. And then it will angle to the existing lateral that comes out of the building. The existing septic is shown on the plan, that the best we could find from the services, and any portion of that septic that's in the way of the sewer line will be removed. And the remainder will be closed in accordance to all applicable state and local regulations. There is an interior grease tank proposed. It's a big dipper unit that will service the 3-bay sink and the other food prep sink that's there. There were floor drains originally proposed, and those will be not provided. So I think that's a quick and dirty. Bob Rose has reviewed it. Joe has reviewed it, and both of them have no issues. The only item is that the contractor that will do the work from installing the lateral from the main in Hopkins Hill to the property line has to be bonded and certified, and Joe has already sent us that information. To my knowledge, they have not selected a contractor, and that would also be considered like a secondary application, so they will be required to pay the $250 application fee and the $300 inspection fee for that portion. They've already paid the other piece, but until the contractors decided the sewer permit will not be issued, and when they come in for the sewer permit, they will pay those additional fees.
That's a state road, am I not mistaken?
No, it's not a state road.
Hopkins Hill.
We went
Wow.
round and round with this before. There are some other revisions that they are proposing for the curb openings that exist. And I'm not aware of exactly what those are. I believe they're going to close up a portion of the opening on Hopkins Hill and make it a one-way in. And then the opening on Tioga, the one closest to the intersection, they're proposing to close and leave the existing one further down, closer to the Dr. Liner's office open. That is not part of this work. This is just strictly for the sewer connection.
Okay, I'm good with it. Anybody else have any questions?
Joe, do you have anything else to address this?
I don't. Everything's been fleshed out on this one.
Hey, you guys wanna make a vote?
Sure. I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
So one last question, I'm sorry, when would that go to the sewer, the town council for final approval?
And the next town council meeting is in 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks from yesterday.
Okay, excellent. All right, thank you, and thank you for letting me call in. I apologize again. I can only be in one place at one time.
have fun.
Thanks, Pat.
Have a
you.
good night. Thank you.
You too.
Okay, oh, the other one. Next, subject is,
Thanks, John.
new business. Sewer ordinance waiver request. This is plat 28, lot 9.
So it's kind of a unique circumstance, the first I've seen since I've been with the town. Susan Caddick, is the property owner. She is set back. She's across from McDonald's in that area over there. She's in a commercial area. She has a very thin driveway, and her residential property is set back from the road between 250 and 300 feet. It's a very long paved driveway. She had Richard Plant come out and price the installation of the sewer lateral, and he had concerns with there's a gas line in the driveway, there's a water line in the driveway, and there's also some very steep embankments on each side of the driveway, and it would be very costly to install the sewer line. She would also have to repave the driveway after they were done. So she would like to move forward with a septic system in lieu of the sewer connection. So she's filled out this waiver form, and it's before the committee for approval.
You.
Okay. Joe, is
You
there,
guys wanna step up and tell us a little bit about it? Yeah, why not? Just tell us, name.
My name is Mark Caddick. I'm here about the property at 1017 Tioga Ave, which is located right between Fantastic Sam's and Century 21. So as you're driven the avenue, you see that very steep driveway. I don't know what the grade is. I'm going to say it's probably close to a 30 or 35-degree grade that goes up. And then a sharp 90, not a sharp 90, but a bend 90 is the driveway that goes up. So Mr. LaPlante came and he looked at it and he said, honestly, I don't even think that I would do this job. And I don't say that lightly because of the danger. That's what he was talking about. Because the way he was explaining it, you can't, the system sits about 60 feet above grade on top of the hill there by the church. So if you're at St. John and Paul Church, you see the house up on the hill. He says you can't pitch that straight down, like follow the grade, because it'll hit the system too hard. So he says the way you would have to do it is dig down deep very steep, and then level it, and then go down, and then level it. He says, you only have 12 feet at the corner. He says, I need 10 feet between the water and the septic. And he says, I don't know that I would put a machine here and start digging that, because this whole thing could cave in into the Century 21 parking lot. He says, not to mention, we have a historical cemetery that he would have to dig by. And he said, this whole thing, he says, I wouldn't even do this job. He says, so you should go and apply, and that's what brought us here.
Okay. This is in ordinance, right? We have a waiver allowed for this, you know?
And it's based on hardships. There's levels of hardships. It doesn't really define what those parameters are. So it would be the consideration of the committee to
What
allow,
might happen.
unless you sleeve it, which is an additional cost. So anything could be done. It's just how much you're willing to pay,
Is the driveway asphalt from the street all the way up to the top?
Yeah. It's asphalt all the way, but the problem is at the corner there's probably 35 or 40 feet that it's like asphalt, and then the embankment starts like there's some rocks, and then it's very, very steep, and it goes down probably 10 feet to about a 15-foot wall that separates that property from the parking lot of Century 21. So years and years and years ago, they dug all that out to make the parking lot so they could drive around the building, and then built that wall. And that was his concern. He says, I operated machines a long time ago. He says, you don't want to put a machine that big and dig that deep, that close to the edge. That was his main concern. He's afraid that digging down would possibly collapse that towards Century 21.
you possibly could need sheeting, to prevent it.
I was thinking the same. Well,
Joe, is there a lateral there now?
There is.
How deep's the lateral that's existing?
I don't have the lateral card on me. I don't know off the top of my head.
Just out of curiosity, what is the condition of the driveway and how old is it?
10, maybe 8, I would say. Not very old. It's in pretty good shape, the driveway. But again, she maintained the driveway just because of that corner gets a little sketchy. But they've been there, that house has been there 65 years or something. It's been a long time.
Did I see that the engineer signed off on this?
So, assessors fee, would he still be liable to pay assessors fee, or how does that work? with this type of-
I believe they've been paying along, yeah. So that has been being paid, or if not, is it paid in full or? Okay.
Okay. All right. Because the driveway's so tight.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm okay with giving you a waiver.
Same here.
Right, so you guys want to vote on that?
And certainly from a staff perspective, anybody that's gonna upgrade from what they have now to a
Yeah, I
proper
know they
septic
have-
system is doing the,
Yeah, it's
Doing the right
giant
thing.
sand.
But we did the job at St. John.
Yeah.
Rated it down. So
Yeah, it's all gravel and
it'd
sand.
be
right?
great. So why don't we take a vote? Can I get a motion to pass this waiver, Mr. Static?
Make a motion. for it.
I second the motion.
Aye.
Aye.
Got it.
Thanks so much. Thanks for your time.
Good luck.
All right, any public comments, member comments?
Anybody from online?
Anybody online? That's good. No? All right, so we can adjourn, or do you want to wait a few more minutes to make the Hillary, or we'll just table that for next meeting?
Yeah, we can just.
Table
All right, we'll table it for next meeting. On the minutes, and can I get a motion for appointment?
I'll make a motion.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's been adjourned.